Oh, hi, audience. What's up? It's Greg Sestero here to introduce you to the True Blue RiffCast, where they talk about amazing movies, bad movies, and everything in between. So you're listening to the True Blue RiffCast. Enjoy it.
Thanks, Greg. This is the True Blue RiffCast, the #1 RiffTrax podcast in the world. I am Jeremy, and I am joined, as always, by...
It's me, Dave Chadwick, and Jeremy, you'll be happy to know that my name is now my new brand, which is just my name, is now correct on our podcast graphic now. It's now Jeremy Pluta and Dave Chadwick, as opposed to Jeremy Pluta and Sugar Ray Dodge, because I've moved on with my life. I decided that I wanted to be a grown-up, but I'm Dave Chadwick, author of Monkey, available now on Amazon.
Yeah. You know, our intro from Greg there came from the same place where most of our intros came from.
Cameo.
And that's Cameo. And this is not an ad, guys. We're just stating this because we found somebody on Cameo that I think we might want to use.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, is that many times Jeremy and I have gone through Cameo to find like new intros for the True Blue RiffCast that are RiffTrax related. And most times we come up short. We are very disappointed. Now, who are the people before we found who we're going to say that you have said that you'd be interested in getting?
Well, of course, we already have Greg Sestero, Christine DeBelle, and James Urbaniak. But the other two, I know Eric Roberts is on there. The voice of Duffy, Talking Cat. Yeah, he was cheaper, and then I think he realized that people would pay more, and so he raised his price, which is good for him.
You know, right now he's currently at... Oh, he's at $105.
Oh, that's not bad. I think it was more than that the last time I checked. And the other person is Janet Varney.
Janet, she's a great person.
Yeah, someone who has done some RiffTrax Presents, along with Cole Stratton.
And right now, she's only 60. So, I mean...
That's both way cheaper than this other person.
Yeah, so usually like those are the two that like we've had our eyeballs on in the past, and we were just taking a cursory look through it, and I saw someone and I had a bit of a excited involuntary reaction.
I thought he was going to hyperventilate.
Yeah, Jeremy, I don't often give you instructions, but I'm just going to suggest that you find that moment, because I know you were recording, and put it up for our patrons, just to see how I reacted when I saw this person. Do you want to reveal who this person is, or should I?
I can do that.
Yeah.
So this person that we're looking at is the star of one of the best RiffTrax releases ever, and he is the guy who taught us all what it's like to have a Roni.
Yeah,
it's Vanilla Ice.
It is Vanilla Ice, and we can send him a request to do a promo for the True Blue RiffCast for $399, $400.
A mere $400.
Mere $400. Okay, now we're not suggesting that somebody get this for us, but if you love us that much, we're not going to turn it away.
No, we would not be upset about it at all.
But Jeremy, I think if we're going to do this, you and I would probably have to go in on it together.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, but that's something that we're maybe looking at. We're gonna see if it's worth it. I mean, like, Jeremy and I will discuss it, but it's an exciting enough prospect for us to lead the podcast with.
Very much so, very much so. But coming up a little bit on the podcast, we are doing a Q&A.
Yeah, a little bit different.
I posted on Facebook and on Twitter, and got some questions from our patrons as well. I got like a page and a half of questions here.
Oh, I didn't know you had that many.
Way more than I was expecting. Yeah, way more than I was expecting. But before we get into that, we have some headlines to talk about.
Headlines. I haven't heard the headlines department in a long time.
This is breaking news, actually, from about an hour before we started recording this podcast. But Amazon is officially buying MGM Studios for $8.45 billion.
Okay, so this is bad for a number of reasons. I mean, obvious reason. I mean, number one, now I would never have imagined myself saying this 10 years ago. But man, all the corporations now, and like I hate it when people say like the corporations, the corporations, but all the corporations now suck, right? They're evil. It's the death of popular culture is what we're witnessing. Because they're gonna buy these companies and they're just gonna screw everything up. But tell us why it's related to the topic we discuss here on this podcast.
Welcome back from the edit, everybody.
Oh, you're editing that out?
Yes. MGM owns Orion Pictures, United Artists, and American International Pictures.
This is bad.
Yeah, because, American International, they're, a lot of stuff from, like, Roger Corman and...
all the classic B movies,
and...
yeah. Not just MST3K, but RiffTrax as well, this being the True Blue RiffCast. They've had more than a few from American International. I believe, I don't know what they are, but I'm pretty sure that they've done more than a few American International pictures.
Yeah, they both have. Like Attack of the Puppet People, that's one of them.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Looking through the list right now,
yeah. Classic.
But yeah, this is not good. I mean, for some people, they're going to be happy because, oh, hey, James Bond will all be up probably on Amazon Prime, and there'll be all this other stuff. But because I mean, MGM is like 100 years old, so they've got to definitely have a deep catalog of films.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. This is pretty bad.
In other news, we have a few updates on Birdemic 3 from James Gwen.
I went to go look over before the podcast started, and I was just like, let's see if there's any Birdemic 3 updates. And there are. If you go to @MovieHead, is it @MovieHeadPick? Whatever it is. Let me take a look here.
Yeah, @MovieHeadPick, yes.
Yeah, @MovieHeadPick on Twitter. It has all the James Wen updates, all the Birdemic 3 updates. Let me pull it up here. One of the updates says @MovieHeadPick on May 12th, 2021. James Wen was going to write a life extension health book, Life Expectancy 100 Plus, but he decided to postpone it because his friend, Dr. Chris Verberg, MD, wrote a better and great book called How to Live Longer. You can read it for free. NavosLabs.com/ebook. So Jeremy has taken a look at this. I have not. And Jeremy is very taken with this for some reason.
I looked at the website that this guy has for this Novos stuff, and it's literally it's a drink.
What?
You drink 1 packet a day.
Is it like keto or?
It's the only formula that targets the 9 causes of aging, according to James Gwen's friend here.
Am I on the correct website?
Well, this is Novos Labs.
I went to novoslab.com. Let's try Novos Labs.
You know what? I wonder. Okay, because this movie
I'm
that's
at the
coming
correct
out,
website now. I'm at the correct website now. Yeah. Okay.
This Birdemic 3, it says it's starring Mary Catherine Moore as Kim, a marine biologist, and Ryan Lord as Evan, a scientist who studies aging. So this whole movie is going to be an ad either for whatever the thing that James Gwen is making or for this Novos stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if Evan ends up working for Novos Labs in the movie.
Is he like?
That's gonna be my guess.
Is he a salesman? For
for Novos, it gives you a 50% discount if you buy $1 million or more.
What if the actor actually works there?
He's not just an actor.
What if this whole thing is just like? What if this whole thing is just like an Inception on top of an Inception? Oh my god!
Maybe it's like one of those ARGs or something. Those alternate reality game things. Like it's all marketing. It's all just marketing for Novos Labs.
But also,
it's seriously ridiculous.
Well. I mean, there was one other thing, right?
Oh, the Tesla.
The
Tesla Model 3.
Yeah, Model 3, but it's like a sports car and it's blue. Because James Wen just like grabs onto like all the wrong things. Like,
yeah.
Why can't he let go of Birdemic?
Because he's insane.
I mean, I know that's like the biggest thing he's ever done, but he wrecked it because he's a crazy person. And you look at these retweets. I mean, dude, Birdemic should be a global brand, right? And
you would think.
And like he wasn't smart. We've talked about this many times. He wasn't smart like Tommy Wiseau was, or even to a lesser extent Neil Breen. He's actively destroyed the Birdemic brand by pulling the kind of stunts like he did with me.
Yeah.
But you look at these tweets that he does, and it's like one like or like 6 likes or like one retweet. It's like, bro.
Yeah, how does he not have?
How did this happen? I mean, we know how
he
it
has
happened.
He has 139 followers. And I think half of them are us.
That's crazy. That's insanity.
Yeah. 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 We'll actually touch on James Gwen a little bit here in our Q&A.
Oh no, really? I haven't seen these. I've only seen a couple of them.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Oh man, but let's move on from James Gwen for now. And let's get to our Q&A because we do have quite a few questions.
How many of these questions are like going to make me angry?
I think only one, maybe.
Oh dear! Like, well, how angry is it going to make
only
me?
one.
Should we leave with that one?
No, this is the one that you know about.
Oh,
that's the one that might.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've already talked about this.
I haven't decided.
I already know your reaction.
I haven't decided whether I'm going to give the short answer for that one or the brutally honest answer or somewhere in between on that one. And if I say something inappropriate, Jeremy can just edit it out.
Yep.
Okay.
That's my powers. So our first one is from one of our patrons, Andrew Webster. This is actually what gave me the idea to do a Q&A because
nice.
He sent us a message through Patreon after our last episode.
Andrew, friend me on Facebook, you bastard.
He says, thanks for calling me out for being a Patreon in the last RiffCast. Keep up the good work.
Woo!
Question for the podcast. What Just the Jokes releases do you feel are overlooked gems?
Oh, so many.
I have at least one answer right off the top of my head. And this is the same one that I give to anybody who ever asks what Just the Jokes they should watch. And that's High School Musical. Love that riff.
I think I've only ever seen that once. And it's really good.
I think I've watched it at least 10 times. Bill has this bit that he does as the disgruntled janitor of the high school. So good. So good. I also think the riff for Paranormal Activity is really good too.
That's a really, really good one.
Welcome back from the end.
The Dark Knight, I think, probably is very underrated. I mean, that's important to me because it was my first experience with RiffTrax. So definitely do that one. Titanic, I think, is one that's long forgotten. That's very underrated.
Yeah, you don't really hear much about Titanic. When everybody talks about Just the Joke stuff, it's and rightfully so. It's always Twilight Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And like whatever the most recent ones are. So like in Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Gymkhana, those type of things. But there are a lot that have fallen by the wayside. I mean, even the one for Avengers.
Yeah.
Like oh my gosh, I enjoyed that one so much. But you don't ever hear anybody talk about it. And I think that's because they haven't done many of the Marvel movies like since the first Avengers movie. Of course they did Endgame.
They did Iron Man, they did Captain America, they did
Captain
Thor.
America.
Thor, I think, is one that I would put in that's very underrated.
The other one that I think more people should listen to that I know is rough because the source material is so poorly done. But the riff for The Last Airbender. I absolutely love that riff. I love it so much. But it also means I have to watch The Last Airbender with it.
Yeah,
it's kind of a
trade-off.
It's kind of a hijacked Flight 285 situation.
Oh God, yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Thor, Avengers, Dark Knight, High School Musical. Okay, so our next one comes from Eric, not the Eric that we know.
Not
this is
Eric Roberts?
No, not Eric Roberts, not Eric Peterson.
Oh, not Eric Peterson.
This is from a different Eric, yeah. Besides RiffTrax people, who is your dream interview? Ooh, that's a good one.
Besides people at RiffTrax?
Yeah. Like I think besides like people who work for RiffTrax, so like Bridget, Mike, Kevin, Bill, Ian, any of those people.
Yeah. So anybody who doesn't work at RiffTrax, who would be the dream interview? Well, I've interviewed Tommy Wiseau before, so I've kind of checked that off my list. It would be great to get Greg Sestero on the podcast.
That would be a good one.
I don't know.
I would like to interview Rick Sloan.
Oh, well, you know what? I happen to be sort of friends with him. So maybe when RiffTrax Live comes around again in August, I could send him an email like, "Hey, would you like to be interviewed for the tour?" I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I could reach out to him and see what he says. He's very approachable, and he and I go back. So I would want to find whoever played the Ice Cream Bunny. And get him in here. Okay. On a serious note, back when I was doing RiffWiki interviews, back when I did interviews for the RiffWiki regularly, there were only two people. One person stood me up on an interview, and that was Richard Terry. And
that doesn't surprise me.
From Total Riff Off, he said he was going to do it, and like he just totally ghosted me. But one guy that he's my friend on Facebook. I sent him a message like back on YouTube. Let's see if he's still my friend on Facebook. If he is, maybe we could get him. I just want to see if this dude is still my pal on the Facebooks. Yeah, friend. Loy Hawkins, the guy from Harlem.
Oh, yes. That would be great.
We have three mutual... Who are our three mutual friends? Oh, he's your friend too. Did you know this?
Oh, hey, look at that.
So Jeremy and I might have to tag team and get Loy Hawkins, the guy from Harlem. Dude, that would just be amazing.
That would be so much fun.
And
he seems like such a fun guy to like just watching his stuff on Facebook.
YouTube. Have you ever seen his YouTube actor reel?
No, I haven't. I'll have to make sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I said it to Connor Listoka way back in the day, back when I talked to those guys a lot more than I do now, and it's just like amazing. It's amazing. He has this sizzle reel that's just amazing. Well, I'll have to send it to you. But anyway,
yeah.
Those are my dream interviews. I mean, I don't know if you can get much better than the guy from Harlem.
I don't know. That'd be a tough one to beat there, I think, honestly.
But we've had so many great people on the podcast already. I mean,
oh yeah. So lots of great interviews. We did have an interview with Eric. We had Sean and Connor, obviously. We had Jason Miller. We had Mary Jo Peel, which was an awesome interview. We had Matthew J. Elliott, and then of course
David Giancola.
Yeah, David Giancola. I brain farted there for a second.
That was a great episode.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, so Rick Sloan and the guy from Harlem, and I think this is probably going to motivate us to see if we can get those guys.
Yes, I think you're correct in that. Our next question comes also from a patron, Josh Flowers, who just released this fun little commercial that he did for RiffTrax Friends, set to the theme song of Friends.
Yeah, you sent me that.
Very well done.
I have not taken a look at that yet, Josh. I will soon. I promise.
Yeah, I'll make him do it right as soon as we're done recording. But he asks, what is your favorite piece of RiffTrax memorabilia that you own?
That I own? I have quite a few RiffTrax live posters. I think probably my favorite one is this one that I'm touching right now. It's signed by Mike, Kevin, and Bill, and it's from the 2015 live series. It's got The Room, Sharknado 2, Miami Connection, and Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny. Now I also
the crappening.
Yeah. Now I also have a bunch of posters from the 2014 live show season. I have all of those. I can't remember which one it's on, but Mike's ink pen when he was signing it. I mean, these are the Kickstarter posters, obviously. When he was signing it, like his something happened with his gel pen, and he signed it, and then he pointed to like the accident that happened, and it says "Special Disaster for You," right? And I was like, oh my gosh. And back then I was doing like a lot of stuff for the Riff Wiki, and I hadn't started Storybook yet, so they didn't know anything about that. But I went on Twitter and I posted a picture of it, and I said, and it was liked by Mike, so I know he saw it, and I tagged RiffTrax in it, and I said, I can only hope that they sent this one to me on purpose. Then RiffTrax account said back, it's like, no, totally random. I was like, well, thanks for wrecking my dream. I thought I was special, but I guess I'm not.
Thanks for ruining my fantasy.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's either the coins, the backer coins that we got of Mike, Kevin, and Bill, or the squishy giant spider.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, that we got sent from Margot.
Our good friend Margot, yeah.
Yeah, I think either the coins or the spider. One of the two. I still wish I could get my hands on one of the little squishy ice cream bunnies that they did from the live show for that.
From 2015?
Yeah, I think that would be good. Andrew sent us a question. Besides RiffTrax stuff, what types of things do you like to collect?
I am a big collector of books, but not like first editions or stuff. I just have a whole lot of different stuff. I also like to collect vintage NES, SNES, and N64 video game cartridges. Yeah, just like basic, 40-year-old nostalgia bullshit.
Mine is Deadpool stuff mostly. I got a lot of Deadpool stuff, or Marvel Legends figures in general. I've got quite a few of those, but it's mostly Deadpool. That's mostly my collection, and of course, bad movies on DVD.
Yeah,
I've got a ton of those.
You've sent me quite a few over the years.
I've sent you a few. Carver's Gate and Haunted Ween.
Haunted Ween, yes. Did we ever say what happened with that?
No, I don't think we did, but we'll definitely be saving that story because this fall, sometime in September, we're going to be doing a special episode for the 30-year anniversary
that's
of
right.
Haunted Ween.
Okay,
and
cool.
we're gonna have one possibly two special guests on the podcast.
Nice.
So definitely look for that. It should be a whole lot of fun.
You heard it here first.
Doing a deep dive into Haunted Ween and the history of Haunted Ween.
I was about to say it's not RiffTrax related, but like, what, like the True Blue Mando cast, and then the last episode we spent 45 minutes complaining about the last Mortal Kombat movie. So it's like, I don't want to say it's a free-for-all at this point, but as long as we dedicate some portion of the podcast to RiffTrax, I think we can do whatever we want.
Yeah. We'll and one of our guests might have something to do with RiffTrax also.
Oh.
And that. So just a little teaser. At Sound of Comics on Twitter asks, have you heard from Disembodio? Is he still alive? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Disembodio is still alive.
I love Disembodio.
And any of the Just the Jokes things, Disembodio is still there, including all of the new ones that we got recently.
You never realize how much you miss Disembodio until like every year he makes a couple appearances. Like, oh, there he is. There's Disembodio.
Until you watch the original RiffTrax version of The Room.
Yeah. That's not even available anymore. I mean, I have
no,
but
that's for the ancients of the ancients. People who got it before the live show script version.
Yep.
Our next question is actually a 3-parter.
Oh,
this is from at Nathan J. Norm on Twitter. Number 1, if you were stuck on a desert island and could only have one RiffTrax. Oh, see, he's taking one of our questions. Okay. Which one RiffTrax would it be?
Oh, that's rough. Well, House on Haunted Hill is my favorite, but I think the one that cheers me up like the absolute most for almost a decade, I think I would have to take Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1. Because that'd
be a pretty good one.
Never fails. Never, ever fails to make me feel good.
Mine would be Ghost House. Yeah, I could watch that one over and over and over.
I think if you made it to this far in the podcast, you know that Jeremy and I are huge Ghost House stans, as the Zoomers say.
Stans. Yes, totally. Number 2, space aliens have abducted you and are using you for medical experiments. As part of their experiments, they allow you to pick one RiffTrax that will stream in your brain until they're done. Which one would you watch?
Oh geez. That's okay. So is this like a different variation of like the desert island thing, or like?
Yeah,
is it
because this is just for a limited time.
Am I supposed
just while they're experimenting on you?
So I'm supposed to be watching this RiffTrax while the aliens are me.
Yeah, while you are being probed. Yes.
Yes. Okay. To take my mind off the I probably the guy from Harlem. I would, yeah. I mean, that's. Oh no, wait! I take it back. Not the guy from Harlem. In this particular situation, I think probably God Monster of Indian Flats would be more appropriate.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Feeders.
Yeah.
Personally, or maybe Feeders 2, the one with the Santa in it, because that would just give the whole thing a meta twist, I think.
Oh God. Well, this has been a very interesting episode of the True Blue RiffCast, everybody.
Yes. And the third question: what is your favorite genre of movie that you like watching riffed?
Well, I enjoy very much the big blockbusters. Like, I think RiffTrax was always at their best when doing Twilight and Harry Potter. I've said many times that I would very much like to see them do the finish up the Hunger Games. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I dislike the B movies. I like them very, very much. But like just like on a pure excitement level, I really, really like movies like Twilight and Harry Potter.
For me, it's anything from the 80s, really. Like, you know, all the movies back then, they had that 80s feel to them. And especially like the B horror movies from back then. Like
House on
Last
Sorority
Slumber
Row?
Party, House on Sorority Row. Yeah, those are great riffs. And I think those are probably my favorite ones. Those make me the most excited when I see that one of those has been released. I'm like, ooh, more trash from the 80s. Perfect.
Yep.
Let's see. Our next question comes from @Impaler General. Okay, this is the one that you know about. So
Okay.
Get ready, people. What do you think? What do you think about RiffTrax and MST evolving into streaming services?
Should I take over?
Yeah, go ahead, because I know you've been thinking about this one.
Okay, yeah. The answer to that question is, RiffTrax has been that for a while. They've been sort of. I don't know if they foresaw the streaming service phenomenon. I mean, I don't know how anybody could have, but they've been building towards it since at least 2008, when they started doing all those public domain movies. And since at least 2014, when you could actually start watching the riffs live on the website.
Yeah,
it's that.
I mean, and then of course, you know, they evolved into the Friends service that we have now.
That's extremely recently.
Which gives you access to like over 400 riffs between shorts and full VODs. And honestly, I know we've talked about this once or twice before in the podcast, but it's $6 a month and you get access to 400 riffs. Like,
wow.
If you're not somebody like us who just, you know, buys every single one, this is like the perfect way for you to get deep into the catalog. Yeah. There's so much that's on there that's good, and there's a lot of hidden gems on there, a lot of overlooked stuff that people don't really talk about in the grand scheme of discussing RiffTrax and stuff like that. And I'm really mad at myself because I had a really good dumb joke for this that I thought about last night, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was.
But you know, it's like, as far as Friends goes, I mean, yeah, it's a great idea. It's useless for me because I own literally everything, and I'm going to continue to own literally everything. Now, the other part of your question, does it surprise me? Yes, for MST3K.
Yeah. I'm glad they're going in that direction because it's gonna be better for the fandom, you know, to be able to have direct access to it, like through RiffTrax, as opposed to having to pay for a separate service,
right,
just to get, you know, some of the episodes.
And look, I'm just being real, and I know this wasn't a question that was asked, but like, as far as the new season, like what, 13 or whatever they're gonna call it now, I'm probably not gonna be participating in that.
Yeah, I watched some of the first season of the revival, and I just like Dave, I didn't feel it. I just wasn't feeling it. I couldn't get back into it.
Yeah, it's because, well, I mean, I think RiffTrax spoiled us over the course of, you know, at that point, over like a decade. And I think, to be fair to Joel and everybody who did that, we have an expectation based on, we went along with RiffTrax and how RiffTrax evolved for a very long time. And I think part of it is when MST3K didn't live up to what what we thought it should have been. We were just like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
So
and you know that might not have been entirely fair to the revival, but you know, at this point, it's kind of hard to change that, honestly.
Yeah. So you know, anybody listening now, it's like, you know, now the cat's out of the bag that we're not fans of the revival, but you know, it is what it is. You know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you'll keep listening.
Yeah, hopefully this doesn't turn you off too much from us. The next question comes from Jamie. Jamie wants to know who's the smart one and who's the pretty one.
Well, that's both me.
Dave's definitely the pretty one. Have you seen his hair? Come on.
I don't think there's a doubt who's prettier between me and Jeremy, and it's definitely me.
That's definitely Dave.
But who's the smart one? I mean, are they mutually exclusive? Now, Jeremy, you can be the smart one.
Okay, thank you.
I don't need both titles. That's just greedy.
I mean, I am the number one fan, so I guess
shut your
mouth. That makes me smarter, right? Alicia wants to know, do you think there are genres that don't riff well? And what are some movies you don't want to see riffed?
Oh, geez.
There's definitely genres that don't riff well.
Yeah.
Maybe not genres in particular, because there are some comedies that, you know, quote comedies that you could riff.
Like Roller Gator.
But overall, anything that's self-aware about what it's doing, can't riff it. Like Birdemic 2. Like they went that way with it, and it would be impossible to riff. Same with the second Samurai Cop movie. It was so full of winks and nods, literal winks and nods to the audience, that would be impossible to riff. Even though it's got Tommy Wiseau in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, some movies that I don't want to see riffed.
There are a few
there's
that I don't.
Movies that shouldn't be riffed, like you know, Schindler's List, and you know, stuff like that. You definitely don't want to riff any of that.
Yeah, because they're just you don't need that because
it's way too serious material.
What movies don't? Well, I can tell you one movie I don't want to see riffed just because I never want to see it again. Is Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Just because just thinking about that movie. Bleh. Other movies that I don't want to see riffed. Dinosaur Island. Anything made by those morons.
Yeah. That's page. What was it? Page 34.
Page 34. Yeah. I remember page 34. It's like it's like rule 34. There is a movie that is just so obnoxiously bad. That there's a movie called Earmuffs, Sex Doll She Bitch. I mean, it's a short. It's like a half hour long movie that you can only get on DVD. And I don't have to worry about it ever being riffed because it's just not available. The kinds of movies that I think one that I saw somebody suggest recently, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. We've talked about it on the podcast. Is Batman from 1966? Like I don't want to see that riffed.
No,
it would just come across as them not being able to understand that this is a joke.
Yeah. And finally, these are from Matt. There's 3 of these here to go through.
Matt Nelson?
No, probably not. Pick one to get rid of. A talking cat, suburban Sasquatch, or lichen colony.
As far as riffs, or just like as movies in general?
I'm assuming the riffs, or maybe the movie as well. Like, it just wouldn't exist anymore.
What are they again?
Talking cat, suburban Sasquatch, and lichen colony.
Lichen colony.
Yeah, out of those 3.
Out of those 3, it would be lichen colony.
Talking cat and suburban Sasquatch. I mean, you know, we'd never be able to get that awesome noise anymore if it didn't exist. Okay, and then for the next three, Miami Connection, Samurai Cop, and Guy from Harlem.
Yeah, I'm not playing your game. I'm not getting rid of any of those.
Oh man. Yeah, I can't think of one of those.
I mean, just get rid of any of those. So there's Samurai Cop, Guy from Harlem, and what else?
Miami Connection. Because like if you get rid of Samurai Cop, that means no more Samurai Cop rock and action theme, and I could not live with myself.
Okay, I think out of those three, if like gun to my head, out of those three, and I'm not happy about this, but I think I would choose Miami Connection.
Yeah, as much as I love that one, I think I agree. Out of the three, yeah, because you can't get rid of Guy from Harlem, and I already stated my case for not getting rid of Samurai Cop. And finally, these are from Dave's favorite director, Replica, Julia Jack, or Birdemic Shock and Terror.
I love all three of those, though. That's rough.
Yeah.
If I have to get rid of one of those, I mean, okay, well, obviously we're keeping Birdemic. Otherwise, yeah, so it's really got to get rid of either Julian, Jack, or Replica. That's a tough one. All right, so it comes down to a literal coin flip. Heads is Julian Jack, tails is Replica. I'm going to leave it up to fate here. Tails, so I'm getting rid of Replica.
Oh, man. So what are we going to talk about in the next episode then, Dave?
I don't know. I mean, we're not really getting rid of it. We're definitely still going to talk about Replica.
No.
I've been saying that we need to talk about Replica since WandaVision was on the air and Matthew J. Elliott crashed the podcast. That was what I said we were going to talk about Replica. That was like in March?
Yeah.
Now you
so yeah,
one.
just in case we're going to be talking about Replica.
No, you don't get out of this. You have to choose.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna go Replica because I just that twist in the middle of Julian Jack is such a great moment in that movie and in the riff itself. Like the reaction that we get from the guys when they reveal the twist for that movie is so amazing.
But Replica is still pretty amazing, though.
Replica is still good. We still get the greatest car crash ever committed to film.
and the best reaction, and the best reaction from Kevin Murphy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good. Oh man, that's all the questions we have. That's our whole thing. That definitely they got some good ones in there, I think. Thank you for sending those to us.
Thank you very much. We'll have to do this more often.
Much appreciated. Yeah. We'll do another one. Hopefully we get some different questions next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so next time on the True Blue RiffCast, we will be talking about Replica and the riff that actually comes out 2 days from when we recorded this, Gumby the movie.
Yeah, we have to talk about that.
Because, we people who are familiar with MST especially have some history with some Gumby.
Yeah, that just squares my breasts and so on.
Yes. But yeah, so we'll be talking about those two next time. If you enjoy the podcast, you can support us a little bit by heading to patreon.com/trueblueriffcast, and you'll get some outtakes and some wonderful little noises that Dave likes to make. And there's actually one thing from this episode that we talked about, the reaction to finding Vanilla Ice on Cameo. That will be going up on the Patreon. We do little sneak peeks if we're going to have like a special guest, or if we do get a new intro. I always post it there first for everybody to hear. And when we get back to doing our short reviews of RiffTrax Shorts episodes, those always go up to our patrons first for 48 hours before they're made available to the rest of the listenership. And you can support us there for as little as $2 a month. And until next time, I'm Jeremy. You can send me emails, jeremy@trueblueriffcast.com. You can find me on Twitter @PBNAwesome. And you can follow the podcast on Twitter @TBRiffcast.
And I'm Dave Chadwick. You can pick up Monkey, a novel, at Amazon.com. Or if you want to get like a hardcover or something, go to Lulu. All the info is at davechadwick.info. Follow me at my new Twitter handle, same account, new handle, at dchadwickinfo.
Yeah, we will see you guys next time right here on the True Blue RiffCast.
Rock till you die.